We are talking today with Mike, aka Passenger, who joins us from far across the pond, I'm assuming somewhere in the UK. Good morning, Mike. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning. Yeah, you're assuming right. I'm just near Brighton in England.
Very cool. Well, this is fantastic. Modern technology brings you right here to the Jersey Shore and right into view with us here today. We're talking about a fantastic new project. It's called All the Little Lights, the special 10th anniversary edition. 10 years in the making. I guess it was time to do something special with it, right? Is that how you're looking at it? To put together a new spin on maybe some classics that you put together?
Yeah. So, I mean, for people who aren't familiar with it, All the Little Lights came out about 10 or 11 years ago. It was it was my fifth album, but really the album that kind of changed everything for me. Up until that point, I was a busker. I was just traveling around playing on street corners and, playing in pubs to not very many people. And that song, that album changed everything, especially the song Let Her Go. So yeah, 10 years on, we just kind of wanted to re-record it, reimagine it. We've got 4 really special guests on the album as well. So it's a real celebration of those songs.
It is pretty cool. Now, you've done some things before we talk about the actual music that's on it. There's also some cool things. I like the way people are doing this with packaging and different things with these, anniversaries or best of and things like that. You've got a limited edition sunrise colored vinyl that people who love to collect. I mean, it's become almost an art form of itself with these things.
Yeah, it really has, and it's I love it. I love the fact that, there's still a physical market out there. And, vinyls have always been such a beautiful thing to have. It's such a lovely thing to unwrap and to keep for forever. So yeah, we've done a couple of really nice sort of deluxe packages, which people can find on my website, passengermusic.com. But yeah, obviously it's available to stream and to download everywhere as well.
Yeah, pretty cool. Also, a deluxe 2 CD package includes a case-bound book and acoustic versions too. So for those who love something different, I always like hearing renditions of songs that aren't maybe, I'm in radio, but maybe not the radio versions, it's just something different that catches you by surprise. And you'll find some of this with that, right?
For sure. Absolutely. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Ed Sheeran is on this with you, and he's doing a version of Let Her Go with you. How did this all come about? How did you and Ed team up, and give us the story behind that?
Yeah, I mean, I've known Ed for many years. I met him when I think he was 16 and I was in my early 20s. So we've known each other for good 15 years or so. And he's he's been amazingly generous to me over the years. He's taken me out on tour as his support act and championed my music and was such a massive part of getting Let Her Go to have the opportunity to become successful in the first place. So, when I was putting this album together and I was starting to think about special guests, he was kind of the first name on the team sheet. It's just such an obvious thing to try to get him on this song, and luckily he was very happy to oblige.
Yeah, he seems like a really good guy to work with. We see so many other musicians reaching out to him to sort of do a little, renditions of things and to team up with him. So that seems pretty cool. And we're going to hear that when we get done here. We'll play a little of that for you as we go out here. When you look back at the album, All the Little Lights, what other songs pop out to you that you just want people to imagine and to, be able to get a hold of for maybe the first time for some?
Yeah, I mean, I love this record. I feel very very fond of all of the songs on it. Really, I think I think the 4 that the special guests are on are really, they've kind of been taken up to the next level for me. So we have they're not as kind of household famous as Ed Sheeran might be, but Foy Vance, Gabriel Aplin, and Nina Nesbitt. All British singer-songwriters that are just phenomenal. They're great vocalists and really good friends of mine. And yeah, I think just having their voices on these songs makes it really, really special and just brings such a different dimension to them.
Yeah. Now let's look forward. what are the plans? Are you planning on going out in the new year? Are you planning on, putting out new music in the new year? Besides, obviously, this 10th anniversary, project that you worked on. What's coming up for Passenger here in 2020? I can't believe we're saying 2024 already.
Terrifying, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I usually put out an album pretty much every year, so I'm hoping that there should be some new music next year, and definitely a North American tour as well. So we'll be announcing that within the next few weeks. I was going to say, if people wanted to come to a show and wanted to kind of be kept across all of that stuff, the best thing to do is to come follow me on Instagram, on Facebook. You'll find Passenger on all of the usual places, and we can keep you across all of the touring plans.
As a musician, and I mean, it goes without saying, I'm sure everybody, no matter what it is, their type of life or lifestyle that they lead, is glad that the pandemic is over. But it is great as a musician to be able to get back out and to be with people and to sing concerts and to be able to share your music face to face, as opposed to maybe some of the things that were postponed or had to be put on the back shelf until after the pandemic.
Oh man, absolutely. I mean, as you say, I'm sure everybody can agree on that. I think it was a really weird time. I've been on the road pretty much my whole adult life, and to suddenly have to kind of stop that and not know when that was ever going to sort of come back was a very strange feeling. So yeah, I feel so lucky I think it gave us all real perspective on how important live music is. And how lucky we are to be able to resume that, So yeah, long may it continue.
Was it a time you wrote a lot because you had time to do that because you weren't out touring, or did you find that to be a source of productivity during that time?
Yeah, I did. I wrote tons. I wrote at least an album in that time, probably two, looking back on it. And I think, I was doing live streams, and I have to channel that energy into some form of music. If you're not gigging, then you throw it into the writing or the recording or whatever. So yeah, I kept myself pretty busy. Looking back on it, I kind of wish I'd sort of just flopped about watching Netflix a little bit more. But it was a good productive time for sure.
Well, it is out now. It is All the Little Lights, the 10th anniversary edition. It is out in stores now. As you mentioned, follow you on social media. That's a great way to keep in touch with what you're doing and know when you're coming here to North America, come around the States and do some stuff.
Can't wait, man. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Mike, aka Passenger, thanks so much for being with us. And we're going to play a little of you and Ed Sheeran for our fans right now.